I did have that kind of an image to an extent. You see a lot of things on social media, or you read things, but coming here and it's like, wow, this is...
It's really
Yeah,
true.
like...
Here everything is quite clean. That's so different from Spain. Especially that because I don't like noisy people too much. And in Spain we tend to shout a lot. Yeah, I like that people are very,
I see.
yeah.
Okay.
Really popular in the US, like visiting Japan or like the idea of it. Lots of people really want to go to Japan and the US.
Oh, I see. Thank you for your time being with us on our YouTube channel. And where are you from?
I am from New York, United States.
United States. Okay. And so you're traveling. You're staying here as a tourist.
Yes.
Okay. And you just told me that you're visiting your friend.
Yes. So he moved here about 4 months ago, mostly to immerse himself in the culture and learn the language. That's been a goal of his. So Japan is the first country that he actually is living at for a little bit.
Oh, really?
The culture intrigues him a lot.
So he's teaching English?
He's not working here.
Oh, okay.
He wants to learn Japanese just because he wants to be more of a well-rounded and cultured person. So after this, he wants to live in China and learn Chinese.
Oh.
So yeah.
So he loves languages?
Yeah, he loves languages.
So he goes to school?
He learns everything online and just by immersion.
Oh, okay. So being here without going school, but just learning by himself, it's nice. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get thrown into the deep end a little bit. Sometimes people will be nice and approach you, or they'll want to talk to you in Japanese. Other times it'll be like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
So, but he's had both experiences and he's doing a lot better now, so it's fun.
Okay. Then, how about your interests? How did you get interested in Japan?
So I am interested in traveling the world and learning different cultures. I like how it's a little bit more of a conservative society compared to like America's. It's a complete 180. But I like technologically, like even just walking around here, the politeness that people have is not like the etiquette is different from back home where things are just go, go, go and everyone's just yeah. But I enjoy that it's tranquil. Like even in the chaos of like traffic and all of that, it's still very peaceful. And everything is organized. That was one thing. Everything is clean and everything is organized and everything has a place. That's one of the things that I really like about just walking or like being in Japan.
So those are you discovered after you came here, or you knew before it?
I did have that kind of an image to an extent. You see a lot of things on social media, or you read things, but coming here and it's like, wow, this is...
It's really
yeah,
true.
like Japan seems to be that kind of place where it's intriguing and it's like, wow, this is refreshing compared to what I'm used to and where I'm from. And so I just like the people, when you're walking and even if it's like an excuse me, it's like it's very respectful. Which I like.
It's really natural for us. I see. And so you have been to other countries. Did you travel a lot?
During this trip, I was in the Philippines before last week, and then the week before that, I was in Taiwan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, yeah, this is my last leg of my travels. I'm here for another 10 days.
So those are also like Asian countries, but did you feel some differences between those countries and Japan?
Yeah.
Is that
for sure. Like Philippines, I was in Manila. Manila is a very overcrowded city. And then I was on Siargao Island. So just seeing that, you have more of the poverty you see,
I see.
in the Philippines and where I was. And just very, like, you can tell that you're in a third world country that is not yet developed. Taiwan, kind of gave me like Bangkok vibes.
In
But-
Thailand.
Yeah, like Thailand vibes, but Thailand
Vibes.
was a little bit more like dirty in a way.
I see.
But you can tell the difference. Like Japan to me is very open and polite, and you don't see a lot of the harshities, right? Like the harshness of the poverty and all of that does exist. There's, depending on where you go, like a very clear difference.
So what prompted you to visit the Philippines and Taiwan?
I wanted to do a Southeast Asia travel. Japan was already on my list, so a year and a half to 2 years ago, I went to Tokyo. I had layovers, and that was my introduction to Japan. But it was like the nightlife version or the busy city version versus
Just
what
a few
like,
hours.
has to offer. And I'm like, wow, I would love to be able to explore the food culture here and the temples, you know. And then Philippines, Taiwan, that was just all in the area because it's a really long travel for me to even just come to Asia from United States. So I was like, if I'm coming here, then I might as well just make a whole thing out of it. And it's been fun.
So you landed in the Philippines first?
Taiwan.
Taiwan. And went to Philippines and came.
And then came here, a couple of days ago.
So where are you going to visit in Japan? What's your itinerary?
Primarily this area, and then I think over the weekend, Kobe. So I'm a vegetarian.
Oh,
But-
probably it's difficult.
I want to try the beef, like the Kobe beef. So I was like, what better place than when you know it's prepared properly than here? So that's going to be my weekend plan. And then Kyoto. So just like this very small area. So that's my itinerary for right now. And there's a lot to do in this area too, like Universal Studios I want to go to. That'll be fun.
Have you been to the original Universal Studio in Los Angeles?
No, that I have not been to yet. So that's the goal. Actually, I'm from New York, but I moved to California this past October.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Universal's on my list of things to do.
Another thing in bucket list. Okay. Do you feel the differences between California and New York?
The people are different. Vastly different. New York in itself is very fast paced, and everyone is like head down to themselves, go 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 go. That I was raised that way. I lived there for 28 years, so that's my personality. I'm very type A. Things need to get done. Let's go. But then California, people are a little bit less friendly in certain ways, but they're also very laid back. I'm not used to that.
Maybe the good weather, like the sun on the beach, just lay back.
Yeah. So I'm in Central Valley, so the mountains are also very different. Like even here and coming from the airport, just the water and like the hills and the mountains. That in itself was just beautiful because I'm not used to that. Like New York we don't have mountains really unless you go upstate or hills.
So you're from Manhattan area?
No, I was born in Queens. It's one of the other boroughs.
Yeah.
But I live on Long Island now.
Oh, Long Island.
So more of like the water, like the beachy area.
So you're vegetarian?
Yes.
Okay. So
Well.
what? Yeah.
Depends on where I am.
Then besides beef, do you have a thing you want to try, like as Japanese food, or do you have a specific favorite food?
It's hard though because like
Yeah.
a lot of Japanese food is not vegetarian. I've had like the udon noodles.
Oh, okay.
That was good. But I want to go to a place where I can also try like sashimi or just my first time trying any sort of like raw fish and then the beef. I want it to be here because I know that like the quality of the product
I see.
will be
Like
pretty much top tier.
Right.
So that's gonna be my main thing.
Okay. So you're not really allergic to those
No.
things.
Like my parents are both vegetarians because of our religion. We're Hindu.
Oh, I see.
But my brother eats everything, and then I'm not the biggest fan.
Okay.
But when prompted, or when in Japan
Yeah.
or like certain countries where things are prepared the right type of way, where I'm not worried about getting sick or
I
like
see.
antibiotics or hormone injections in these like animals, then I'm willing to try.
Maybe convert.
Maybe move
To-
to Japan first and then
Okay.
convert.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your
Absolutely.
time. It was very fun talking to you.
Likewise, thank you.
Thank you for your time
Thank you.
being with us on our YouTube channel. Where are you from?
I am from Barcelona, Spain.
Spain.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're staying here as a tourist?
Yes, I came here for 2 weeks,
Uh-huh.
and I spent 1 week in Tokyo, now Osaka, and then Kyoto as well.
Oh, so you're going to Kyoto? Or
Yeah,
you've
we're
been-
going to Kyoto in 2 days.
Oh, I see. How do you like it so far?
So
staying
far,
here?
it's really good. It's my second time in Asia. I went to South Korea before,
Oh, really?
and yeah, I like Asia because it's very different from Europe. You know, in Europe there are a lot of countries, but everything is more or less the same.
Uh-huh.
And I like when I go visit somewhere, I like that it's very different than what I'm used to.
Right. Oh. So, what kind of differences did you feel?
People shout a lot in Spain. They are very noisy.
Uh-huh.
In here, you're very calm. You don't speak too much. The castles and the culture is very different. Food also very different. Everything is quite different.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the castle in Spain, how different? Can you describe?
I don't think we have too many castles, but we have a lot of churches.
Oh, I see.
Ancient churches, like maybe 1,000 years old or something like
Right.
that. And they are a bit different. What I see now here, there's a lot of color and a lot of gold outside.
I see.
Yeah, in there it's a bit different. Also quite pretty, but it's very different from here.
But in Barcelona, the Sagrada Familia
Yes.
is building.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always building, never ending.
Very
It's been, I think it's almost 100 years.
right.
Yeah, I think they say they will finish in like 5 or 10 years, but still no, not yet.
And they have also pretty using the pretty colors on the
In Sagrada Familia, yes, but especially not as much in the building, but in the
Oh, I see.
windows, especially the windows. The windows and the inside, they have a lot of color.
The stained glass.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you've been to Korea, you said.
Yes. More like Japan.
More like Japan.
Yeah, a little bit different, but
Uh-huh.
yeah. People in Korea, they are a little bit more European
Oh,
or a little bit more Western
Westerner.
than Japanese people. I think they are a little bit more open or a little bit more noisy as well. Everything, I thought it would be maybe difficult to move around, but it's very simple. Also, if you use Google Maps, it's very, very simple. So, yeah, no problems about that.
Oh, that's good. So, is there any Japanese thing or like a system or mentality you would like to take it from Japan
Yes.
and bring back to Japan?
I like that you don't make noise in the street because in Spain people do a lot of noise, and also you're very clean. In Spain, people is not that clean, and they usually throw garbage to the street. In here, everything is quite clean. That's so different from Spain, especially that because I don't like noisy people too much, and in Spain we tend to shout a lot. Yeah, I like that people are very,
I see.
yeah.
Okay. And what kind of aspect do you like the most about Japan?
Yeah, I would say food is really good. I like the food a lot.
Yeah.
Takoyaki, really good. The rice omelette as well.
Omelette.
Yeah. Japanese barbecue. What's the name?
Yakiniku?
Yakiniku. Yeah.
Can you find those like a Japanese restaurants?
There are a lot of Japanese
Barcelona?
restaurants in Barcelona, but they are mostly either sushi or ramen.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we usually only have sushi or ramen.
So now this is the first time eating yakiniku and
Yes.
omurice and those
Yes,
things.
yes.
Ah.
Yeah, first time. Really good, really good.
Uh-huh.
And also what? Well, Kobe
Beef.
Wagyu. Yeah,
Ah.
yeah. Tomorrow we go to Kobe to try Kobe beef. I really want to try.
Oh.
I tried once in Spain also, but I want to try it from here.
Oh, okay. What did you do in Tokyo area this time?
In Tokyo, we were there 5 or 6 days,
Uh-huh.
and we spent one day in every neighborhood. We went one day in Shibuya, one
I
day
see.
Akihabara.
Uh-huh.
Then for one day we went to Kamakura. I think it's called.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Kamakura. Oh, it's
Uh,
nice. There's a big Buddha outside.
There.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that we spend each day in one location.
Which do you remember the most? Or do you have like a special memory?
Lot of lights, a lot of big buildings with a lot of lights, a lot of food because it's quite cheap to eat outside here compared to Spain. In here for maybe 1,000 yen or 1,500 yen you can eat well. In Spain you have to spend at least 3,000 or 4,000 yen
Wow.
to eat outside. Yeah.
Oh, even at lunch.
Yeah, lunch maybe a little bit less, maybe 2,500, 3,000, but yeah, something like that. This is the very least.
Besides Tokyo, you went to only here in the
Yes. Yes.
Where did you go around Osaka area?
Well, we arrived yesterday.
Oh,
So yesterday we were in Dotonbori, and today we just came back from Nara.
I see. So
We came back from Nara. Now we're here in the Osaka Castle, and we are gonna eat something now. Yeah.
What did you think about Nara?
Very nice. Yeah, we enjoyed a lot, and I see that this area is quite different from Tokyo. It's less people. I like the vibes more from Osaka because it looks a little bit more like a small town. Now I live near Barcelona, but in a small town, so I don't really like very crowded places. I prefer places with less people, and Osaka kind of reminds me a little bit more of more nature, more calm.
Okay. And
And it was very nice. Quite impressed about how many deers there are. It's full of deers.
yeah.
And when you give them food, they chase you all around to give them more food. Very nice, and the park was really good. Yeah.
Did you stay there or you like a day trip?
Yeah, well, we went this morning and came back maybe 1 hour ago.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, thank you so much
Thank you
for
very
your
much.
time. It
Thank
was
you.
very fun talking to you.
Okay.
First of all, thank you so much for your time being with us on our YouTube channel. Where are you from?
Colorado.
Yeah, Denver, Colorado.
Oh, the United States.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are here for vacation and traveling?
Yeah.
Or
Yes, yeah.
so as a tourist?
Yes, as a tourist.
And is this first time in Japan?
This is my second.
Yeah, this is my third time.
Oh, third time. Wow. So you have many
A little bit, yeah.
experiences.
Yeah.
Then where have you been so far, like, including those two first time, second time?
I've been Osaka twice, Tokyo 3 times, Hiroshima, Kyoto, Fuji. Most of kind of like the southern and
Pacific area.
Yeah.
And
And we just stayed in Tokyo last time, right?
Yeah.
This is my first time in the Osaka area.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
How do you like it? Like,
It's pretty. I think I like it more than the city. Or the big city, Tokyo.
you mean that
Yeah.
Osaka is
Yes,
better?
I like it. It's a little bit, it feels a little bit quieter, smaller. Yeah.
Why do you like to come to Japan so many times? What do you like about
I think
it?
it's.
Yeah.
I think my big draw was it's compared to the U.S. It feels like a very different culture. It's very respectful. It's very clean. It's very quiet. It's nice. Plus, there's a lot of ancient history, like kind of what we're looking at here, stuff we don't have in the U.S. It's just nice because it feels so different from home.
Yeah, similar.
So, but the first time, how did you get interested in Japan then?
It was a dream place for a lot of people growing up. They always wanted to visit here, and we never really had a chance.
Oh, yeah.
I do think, more than anything, it was probably a lot of people around me thought it was really cool, and it kind of spread to me that I thought it would be really fun to come here.
The people influenced on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I come because he likes it so much.
oh,
So I can come with him.
so then before you met him,
Yeah.
Did you have some image about Japan? Specific image, or you just
Kind
knew?
of. It's really popular in the U.S. Like visiting Japan or like the idea of it. Lots of people really want to go to Japan in the U.S.
Oh, do you remember the first contact with Japanese culture?
Probably like
The news and
hearing about different shows and news and that kind of stuff.
Oh, and
Yeah.
did you build up some image of Japan, or not really?
Yeah, probably like very like big cities, lots
Okay.
of anime, that kind of stuff.
Do you have many surprise when you got here the first time?
It's
Did
a
you-
lot more like similar to other big cities in the U.S., like New York and that kind of stuff, with some tiny differences than I thought.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, can you specify the difference, or it's so difficult?
Just tiny little like cultural things are very different.
People kind of know, like, kind of do's and don'ts without really being told. Like, it's very respectful. Like, when you're in the train station, people kind of stay out of the way. It's very orderly. People stay in their lines or on the certain sides of
They're
the...
really quiet. They're
Yeah,
really
it's very
in the
quiet.
US.
I
Or
see.
food, it's a lot more oriented to like sit and eat alone here. Back in the US, it's really, not really rare, but it's more rare for people to eat alone.
Do you like about Japanese food?
The ramen is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you find those foods in your neighborhood?
Not nearly as good.
Oh.
There's a lot of similar places, I feel like, but the quality of the food here is definitely a lot better.
Yeah, like you'd find
Still you
one
can't find it.
restaurant every like so often that's like a ramen place or something, but it's not nearly as good.
Okay. And is there any like Japanese thing, like a material thing, tangible or intangible thing you'd like to take it and bring back home and install it in around your life, neighborhood?
I think more than anything, probably the culture of being very respectful to the people around you. That's unfortunately something that's not really common in the U.S. It feels that people are very self-centered in the U.S. as opposed to thinking about everyone else around them.
Have you ever been to other Asian countries?
Yeah, we just came from Korea yesterday.
Oh, really?
I've been to Thailand.
Oh, Thailand.
Yeah.
Did you feel differences between those countries?
I think Korea felt pretty similar.
Korea was similar. It did kind of feel like, I probably want to say a little bit toned down version of Japan. Because kind of the things that make Japan really unique, it's very distinctive on what makes Japan unique. I think Korea was a little bit of that, not as much.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure how I would put it, other than it does feel like the things that do make Japan unique, it feels like they're similar, just not identical.
Okay.
And Thailand felt a lot like quieter.
Thailand is quieter?
Yes, quieter, and there was more, felt like there was still some more of the culture intact, if that makes sense. Rather than, sometimes in Japan it feels similar to the US, where everything's so fast-paced and we're all very work-oriented. Thailand was a lot more, it was more laid back. People seem to be happier there. Yeah.
Okay. So Japan is more like between the Asian and Western kind of.
Yeah.
But Thailand's people looks happier.
Yeah.
That's good. And did you like the Thai food too?
That was really good
Yeah,
too.
I think so. I love Thai food.
I know.
Yeah.
It was close to how it is here though. Like, there's lots of different Japanese food that's been really good too.
Could you give some like advice or comment to those who are maybe want to come or hesitated to come to Japan? Like,
I guess it can seem really daunting because I feel like Japan was my first time out of the U.S. traveling. I kind of wanted that intention because I wanted to feel somewhere that felt very foreign and very different to home. I think that's probably my biggest recommendation to anyone who wants to come here is that it feels so different, which is why I love it so much.
I'd probably say that like it's good to step outside of your comfort zone and see different cultures and religions and that kind of stuff. So I think it's a great idea to come and visit. It's been really cool.
So it's still out of comfort zone here?
Still, yes. It's more similar than I would say like Thailand was. Thailand was really different from the U.S., but I would say as like a first time leaving the country, but wanting like a big change, this would be a great place to come.
When back home, then you know, like relieved or something like that. Going back to the comfort zone, like a first, exciting. Exciting, but then you want to stay.
But then
I see.
Because I don't think we mentioned this, but another really different thing is public transportation in the U.S. is really bad. Like if you don't have a car, then you can't have a job because you can't get anywhere. Unless you live in a really big city like New York or LA sometimes. For the most part, like you have to have a car to have a job or get anywhere. So that's a huge thing is lots of people use the subway and buses here. Buses in the U.S. are really just for like homeless people most of the time.
I see.
Yeah, they're really scary. Nobody really takes them.
It's not safe at all much.
In Colorado, is there like a metro system or something like a train system? Or?
We have one train that kind of goes from Denver to the airport and has like a lot of stops along there.
It's kind of like it's a very small train system.
It's bad.
It's horrible.
The parking, because you have to drive to it to get there because nobody lives close to it anyway. And yeah, it's not a good system.
I see.
Yeah.
But if there is a system, do you think people use it?
I think if it's done properly, I think what we have now, it seems kind of almost like a waste of money because
so many people have cars now.
Right.
That they just use those.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Sudden change doesn't. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. It was very nice talking to you.
Thank you.
Of course.